Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Monsters Den. Today, we're going to be talking about Paper Mario, specifically the very first two games. And with me today is Dublin,
Hello.
and I am Hezar because I forgot to introduce myself, but I don't, and I have no pacing problems. I swear. Anyways, uh, Dublin, you haven't really been on my channel or really referenced you that much. Can you let me know how or can you let the audience know how, what do you call it, locked into the internet you are?
I I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm a lurker, a chronic lurker. Terminal, it seems like.
There we go. Terminally online. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, anyways, um, he has. What would you say? Semi recently played the Paper Mario games.
It was like last year, I think. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was like last year.
yeah, sometime in that spitball distance. So today we're gonna be yapping about the very first two games and maybe referencing other things that Paper Mario the references. Uh, so yeah, I think Paper Mario the original released in 1999. I want to say. I actually forgot to look that fact up. Uh,
I think that's about right, or it could literally be 2000.
it could have been one of those two dates. I remember Thousand Year Door. That one released in 2004, and no, best year in gaming. And the remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door came out, I believe, in, yeah.
I
Was it
think it was
last year or
last
2 years
year.
ago? I think it was last
It
year.
was
Cause
last year.
yeah.
It was last year.
Okay. Okay. Just double checking. So where were you when these games all released? And this is quite a long lifespan of this kind of game. So I uh I never actually ended up buying the Paper Mario 64, the original one. My experience with it was my cousin had it and I played that game with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I never really had a solo playthrough of Paper Mario 64.
Huh.
We just all we both just passed the controller back and forth. Thousand Year Door was my solo game, and I was probably in elementary school. Yeah, late into elementary school when that game released, and that thing ended up being my probably my favorite game when I was a kid, and it kind of stayed on that pedestal. I'd say even through adulthood, even right now.
Hmm.
Um, and the remake was last year, and I decided to buy it because, as you can guess, I'm a huge Paper Mario fan.
Just the first two?
Those are the ones that I care about the most.
Yeah, I mean, you and everyone else, seemingly.
I can talk about how I bought Sticker Star, but I'm kind of good.
Everyone has their own little trauma story with that one, seemingly.
I can get into it later, but I really don't feel like getting into into that rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's not worth talking about.
But yeah. So Dublin, why did you decide to buy? I guess remakes. And that's the only one on the board here that you played, I believe.
No, to start off, last year, I think before 2024, I had never really played a Paper Mario or an Mario RPG game. The closest was the Mario Rabbids games like a couple years
Oh,
back,
that's
where I was
right.
like, yeah, I played Kingdom Battle, which is fine, actually kind of good, and then Sparks of Hope, which was like, wow, this is fantastic. I love this game. Really good tactic XCOM game, despite the annoying rabbits on my screen constantly. But that's besides the point. Anyways, um, although that is a bit of a lie, I did play a Thousand Year Door when I was like middle school, maybe a little earlier than that. I got pretty far, but I never felt that spark, as it were. with Thousand Year Door, anyways.
I think,
Never
yeah.
really.
You said you didn't like it, didn't you?
Yeah, like I wouldn't say didn't like. That's pretty strong wording. I would say like ambivalent, meh.
Hmm.
I think that's the most apt way for me. I just didn't click with me at all. But it didn't like. I didn't think it was terrible. Um, but anyways, because of Sparks of Hope and because of the remake or remaster, I consider it more of a remaster. The Thousand Year Door.
I'd say so.
But because of that, those two factors, I decided to play a lot of the, or maybe not all the Paper Mario RPGs, but a decent amount. Like I played the Switch remake of Mario RPG, which is fine, the most fine game ever made. Um, then I played Paper Mario N64 one, which is good. It has
Yeah.
life, it's some character, it's charming, you can kind of unique. Bit a bit by the numbers in terms of plot and kind of aesthetics, but this is like from Super Mario RPG to this. It's a pretty drastic, even in some ways. So it's fine. It's kind of walking a little bit still.
I think you played it to the Nintendo Switch Online, yeah?
Yes, I did. I did. I didn't utilize too many of the emulation of it, but I just did that because of availability, and I'm so lazy with emulation as is.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially with 64.
Yeah, yeah. That N64 is still kind of. Well, I think it's better now, but still kind of a nightmare. That and the Sega Saturn. Um,
So was
but
remake like
after
your second shot?
it was my second shot, and I definitely liked it a lot more um, when I played it last year, comparatively to when I played it when I was a babby boy.
All right, there's
Like,
something to look forward
I think the big thing, at least for me, I'm very accessible or uh, not accessible. Susceptible to like expectations and hype where like people are like with Thousand Year Door specifically like it's the best GameCube RPG, which isn't saying much. There's like five,
to. Yeah.
or like it's the best Mario RPG, which isn't saying it's saying a little bit more, but yeah. And because of that, especially back then, I was just like, this is not hitting. I wanted a 10 and it's like a 5 because of that.
Oh, I see.
That's just my own little quirk. I wish I didn't have it, but yeah, at least I still don't think it's the like some people like yourself and others are like, yeah, Paper Thousand Year Door, goat. It is the goat, and I don't necessarily subscribe to that. I
Okay.
have my own personal RPG, Mario RPG, that is the goat, and it's not Thousand Year Door.
Okay. I can take a guess at
But
which one it
Thousand Year Door is cool. It can be annoying and frustrating and wants to waste your fucking time sometimes. But Paper Mario 64 also loves wasting your time because it can't help itself.
is. It's kind of part of
That's
the
their
humor.
bit. It is. The games want to be unfunny because they think that's funny.
You know what? How
It,
about, do you want to get into those moments in particular, kind of the chapter to chapter moments to kind of see
sure,
where do I get into that?
sure.
So, yeah, let's just talk about our early impressions with Paper Mario 64. Um, are you able to see the slide here that I have up?
Oh,
It
yeah,
just to kind of help you see, uh, kind of help you remember. Helps me remember a lot.
yeah, okay.
So yeah, I remember when I first was playing this game. My cousin was in like chapter 3 when he was playing it on his own, but when I joined him, we just restarted the game.
Okay.
Um, this was a really neat looking game for the time. There's nothing else that really looked like it,
Yeah.
and I think the very first thing that caught my attention was just kind of how different its RPG system was to its like competitors at the time. Because not just in the
Yeah,
way it plays, but like its presentation.
yeah. It really goes for the paper aesthetic. Like 64, I think doesn't do much mechanically with its paper stuff, but aesthetically, it's definitely like very reminiscent of like a storybook. It kind of that's the framing device it uses for like chapters and like when you start up the game, and I think that's cute.
I think what surprised me when I was younger was the characters were actually talking. You know, up until this point, Mario was kind of a silent character, unless you go into the animation stuff that was a little weird. But
Yeah,
otherwise, he's the cast has been largely quiet, and it was kind of cool for the first time seeing the world really fleshed out in this RPG kind of way. And you know, Super Mario RPG existed beforehand, and I think it's unfair to say Paper Mario did it first. But I think I I I feel that Paper Mario kind of leaned into to its setting a lot more than RPG did.
yeah. RPG is just like yeah, it's just a fucking place. It's a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like that game's like I don't know, like 10 hours. You can barely like breathe in the fucking vibes of that of the places because you're going there so much through so little time in like
Yeah.
Super Mario RPG.
I guess was I guess it was nice finishing a game that quickly, but I feel as a kid you kind of want longer games, and I
Sure,
think
yeah,
Mario 64 delivered a little better on that, in my opinion.
yeah. It like I think uh, Paper Mario 64 is like 15-20 hours. I would say.
Somewhere
I
around that
think,
crack pipe, yeah.
which is pretty good. I would like more RPGs. They're a bit more to that a little bit of meat, but nothing too much.
Yes.
Then again, I can deal with 40 or 50. It starts to get a bit much beyond that, where I'm like, I don't know, guys, you need to calm down.
So
But
it
even in that
hmm.
15 to 20, Paper Mario is just like, how are we gonna waste your fucking time? How can we make you backtrack? We got to brainstorm here, fellas.
It is kind of notorious for that. It would have been nice to cut out the meat, but yeah, Mario 60 or Paper Mario games are a little notorious for that. I am kind of
Yeah,
curious, if you don't mind me asking, what were your impressions of playing Paper Mario 64? I believe in God, probably 3 years ago or
no,
so.
it was last year.
Last year, how was that like?
Uh, I don't know. It was neat. I liked it. It didn't blow my mind, but then again, out of the two Paper Mario games people care about, this is the one least talked about, or at least in comparison.
Of
So
the two, yes.
I didn't have many expectations at all. I was just like, this will be a good game. It was. It was a nice, charming, good game with a battle system I'm fine with. I don't think it has a lot of depth, but I don't think they were going for something like that. They just wanted to have more of a kind of an expansion on like what they did with Super Mario RPG,
Yeah, I'd say
where you
so.
do action commands and stuff like that,
I'd
but
say
not
so.
completely like traditional, somewhat like Super Mario RPG was, but like have its own kind of battle systems and mechanics like badges and like
Yeah, I will say I
which
think.
badges are.
Hmm,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing I'd say this game definitely has a high score above Thousand Year Door is that its sound effect department is on fucking point, and every time you get a badge, it feels really good.
I don't remember much of the sound effects, truth be told.
That's fair. Were you gonna say something or?
I was gonna say I think the badges are probably the most mechanically interesting part of Paper Mario in general.
In this game, I'm inclined to agree. I have some different thoughts on the second game. I think this the second game, I'd argue the partners are a little more in depth now.
Oh yeah, because in Super and 64, I don't think you have control over them, or am I lying to myself?
You have control over them, but they can't. There's
Oh, they
rare
can like
occasions where they can be damaged, but it's pretty rare.
right. Yeah, like I guess yeah. I definitely remember Thousand Year Door had a bit more depth to the partners. Not a lot, but it was something.
I think the ability to switch around the order of you and your partner made a massive difference in
Oh
how you can
yeah,
play around with that.
I didn't utilize that much, but it is there. I do have to acknowledge that.
Fair enough. Uh, so, uh, what did you think of kind of the hub town for Toe Town?
It's pretty comfy.
I like it a
It's
lot.
pretty com it's kind of like in a way box standard, but charming, which I think is the most apt thing to describe 64. It is kind of box standard, but done in a charming and delightful way.
I think what I like is that it feels like a real ass town. There's a little bit of
It
like
does.
everything.
This feels like this is like, oh shit. Is this the Mushroom Kingdom? Fuck. I thought it was just an abstraction of levels. It's not, at least in this game. And that's cool.
I think even my problem in the RPG games is that it still kind of feels like what do you call it? It's kind of like how I feel about most JRPG towns, where you kind of walk in just to clear out items and you're done, sort of kind of vibe. I don't know.
I guess so.
It feels a little theatrical, if that makes sense.
I mean, that's that's always a choice you can have.
Yeah,
I generally do that. Like you technically could talk to NPCs. You could. I don't, but you could. Um
yeah.
like I do the shit of like, oh boy, the items and weapon shops. I'm going there first, or like story reason. Like sure, I can kind of agree that like towns kind of serve as like a context just for mechanics and story reasons, and you don't really breathe in. But I don't know, that could be like a player choice too.
That's true. Do you
But at
go
least
ahead?
with this hub town, you have to kind of breathe it in because it's going to be in the whole game, practically
Yes.
speaking. You always go back to it, so you have time to familiarize yourself with it. It won't become like a town you fucking forget about unless a story thing happened.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it does become comfy because of that familiarity of it.
You always come
That
back
you
to
always
it.
kind of come back. Yeah, especially in chapter 4,
You get quite a lot of it
where you have
there.
to. Yeah,
Um, I guess you know, how do you feel about? I mean, I was gonna bring up how do you feel about Goombario, but it's kind of weird because uh, a lot of the partners I'm not gonna feel too strongly about without with a few exceptions. So I won't have
yeah.
much to say about them.
I exactly the same problem. I remember Mario because he's the first one,
Yeah,
and then I remember like, oh yeah, there was like that sun baby.
you eventually get
Um,
in the whale. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
chapter
Fuck,
5, I think.
Boo, Boo, the Boo. I
Lady
think was
Bow.
her.
Yeah, I remember her.
I remember her. She's probably the best one
I agree.
besides maybe Mario. There's the paratrooper because I'm seeing it literally on the slide. If I didn't see him, I would have forgot about him.
He's a pretty strong, like mechanically strong partner.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot mechanically of this game, so I don't
That's
it
fair.
doesn't really register in me.
Yeah,
Um, then there's the fish guy, or her. I don't remember her goddamn name. Like the caretaker fish in chapter.
sushi. I think. I
Ah,
think it's
little
sushi.
cheeky. Yeah, I think you're right.
I sometimes forget
There's
that Lakitu exists, or because I forget his
he
name.
does just exist. He's like, oh fuck, my girlfriend or some shit like that, and then that's it.
I like how you. Oh god, I forgot her name already. How you find the pink bomb in chapter 1? I think is kind of cool. How they're all
Oh
kind of
yeah,
jailed.
she's like in prison.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
the fucking Koopa fucking bros who are great, just
yeah.
have them trapped with like other fucks.
I almost go as far as to say they're probably my favorite boss.
They're the most fun,
I agree.
like at least in character.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Like who else is in competition? You got Dust Guy, you got fucking Plant Fucker, you got Ice King, who is cool. He's cool
Okay.
in couple ways. Oh God, I'm trying to
You
remember.
got the
You got
Grubba guy.
yeah, Grubba. You got the fucking Egyptian guy. This who's just a Koopa
That
basically.
guy's kind of lame.
He is lame. He is pretty lame. His
Even
his dungeon's more exciting than him.
I agree. His boss battle is not that exciting though.
Yeah, it's just like okay,
What a
sure.
downer of an ending of a chapter.
Yeah. There's the fucking military guy in the toy box, or at
I
least
think
that's
he's
how he
charming. He's just kind of
he
annoying to fight.
he's charming, but I'm also dealing with chapter 4, so I'm already a little upset.
I'm sure you guys can guess what's Stublin's least favorite level at this point, or
Yeah.
chapter. Uh, but yeah, how do you feel about the quote unquote plot in this game? Because it's pretty run of the mill. Bowser
It
kidnaps
is
Peach.
it is bare bones. It is bare bones basic. It is like how can we I feel like they had the idea of like fuck, how can we adapt Mario to an RPG again, but like actually lean into Mario instead of him being like a JRPG protagonist to a certain extent. And they kind of did a good job with Super Mario RPG, but this feels like they are like we pulled out the plot of Mario game and just did an RPG.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think the most interesting thing that was added to it were the Peach segments.
Those were fun. Those were a fun little diversion, and they were kind of nice to see another perspective.
And you know what? I think this is another thing that 64 does better than Thousand Year Door is that I think the Peach segments were stronger in this game.
I did like them. I just think the castle's cool.
It
While
is
like
really
in
neat.
and like I think the Peach sections in Thousand Year Door are neat.
They're not terrible.
But you gotta deal with Discount Hal and you gotta deal with fucking Solid Peach the invisible set segments
with the
that are
with the
kind of annoying.
with the clever ass cheeks while she runs around naked in the X and Out fortress.
You think some kid jerked to that?
Someone there's probably a kid that probably drew like
Oh,
the
I
the, the, the
absolutely believe that.
the dash lines and everything.
I absolutely believe that.
They're out there. They're out there. Um, but yeah, going back to 64, I really like the Peach segments here because it really helped kind of give Peach more of a character, which I feel she was always kind of lacking.
I mean, Mario characters, they aren't firing all cylinders in character department. I like Luigi because he's just a little guy, but like he ain't the most deep a person.
So I guess this is why I kind of like these Paper Mario games because they actually add character to kind of things that didn't have it before.
Yeah, yeah, like it's not like admittedly Peach doesn't get too much elaboration of her already pre-existing character, but it's charming, it's nice, and I like her more because of that. Like
Yeah.
just having her talk more and be like trying to like actually do fucking something while being imprisoned is nice. It gives her some kind of agency and it's cool to see.
Can you imagine how much lamer the last chapter would be if there were no Peach segments?
Yeah. It's just like what the okay, sure, I guess. Who the all right.
So I did want to say one thing, and I don't know if you'll. I know you might disagree with me. It's kind of already been a small talking point with you, but I kind of like segments of the chapter 4 toy box level.
Really.
More specifically, the first half. I kind of like. I like that you can fight the black shy guy, and I like the guy with the lamp.
Okay. Like I don't remember particular points of chapter 4 beyond like broad strokes. Like I think honestly, I think the concept of chapter 4 is really cool.
I
Like
yeah. I think that's something I
it,
can't deny either.
it's probably one of the cooler areas in the game just conceptually alone. However, because of that concept, they're like, we can just make it so you could always go back to the hub town just to get some bullshit. And you do that like at least I think 3 times.
That's kind of the annoying part.
That is the irksome part. That's the shit I think about when I think about chapter 4 beyond like, "Oh wow, that was really cool setting." It's just like, "Fuck, I gotta go through the town again." And sure, chapter 6 also does something similar,
And chapter
but at
2 to
least
a
I
certain
don't have to.
extent.
Huh?
And chapter 2 to a certain extent.
I guess so, yeah, but, like, I feel like I don't think, like, it's as pronounced as Fork where you had to go back to a different zone entirely in a way and just be like, "Ugh, just gotta talk to somebody, I guess, to get a goddamn thing."
Yeah.
I would forgive it's, like, 1 time. They do it, like, 3 at least. Again, like, ugh,
But I just said the aesthetic and everything else is so iconic, but ugh.
it's so good.
So I don't know. That's my take on it. I like the boss fights in it, I suppose. Even if
Yeah, with,
even if the last one can be a little tough.
um yeah, the bosses are cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll give chapter 4 that much. I remember I really disliked chapter 2 when I was younger just because I couldn't find the locale or what do you call
Oh,
it,
yeah,
pyramid.
because there's part of the puzzle where you have to find the dungeon.
Yeah, that was the one of the most annoying segments for me as a kid.
That's fair. I think I either got it or I just kind of like, "How do I do this again?" Because I didn't feel bothered when I did it,
Fair enough.
last year, I think, yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, I ended up warming up to the level as I matured into my old adult years.
Hmm.
Um, I think chapter 3 is pretty neat in the first half, and I don't feel too strongly once you start going into the area where, I guess you're supposed to kind of do the stealth stuff.
Oh, right, it's, with Lady Boo, right?
Lady Bow, yeah,
Lady Bow, excuse me. Um, I like going there where you're, like, going to the forest, and it's like that part's a little annoying because 'cause I'm like, "Fuck, it's a Lost Woods bullshit," but it's not too bad.
yeah. It's over before you know it.
Yeah, and then you go to the her mansion, that's cool. Um,
It was kind of
I think
disturbing seeing some of the booze get eaten, though.
yeah, you're like, "I thought boos were gonna be are always okay. They're just little shy little guys that are mischievous." No, they're getting fucked.
I think the part that really nailed it was the kind of like the boo that was begging for its life, and I'm just like,
That's
I don't know about this. uh, Other than that, yeah, no, I really like Lady Bow because she has like I think the most character of all of them.
yeah, she has a personality that's showcased pretty well in the limited time she gets,
Yeah,
which is a lot more than most of the other party members partners in this game. So she's, like, automatically at, like, top 2 at least.
even in her animations, like her win animation is like
Yeah, where
the
she does
Cyrano
the
Joe
laugh.
Sama laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just iconic.
So honestly, yeah, yeah, good job with Lady Bow in that regard.
I mean, the
Intelligent
developers
system.
agree with us. She came back as a little secret in, like, A Thousand Year Door, so clearly they're like, "Ah, we were kinda cooking here a little bit." We didn't see fucking sushi in Thousand Year Door, I don't believe, so get
No,
fucked.
it just comes to show. Uh, yeah, if you want to go into the second half of Paper Mario 64, moving forward there. Uh, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the jungle level, and quite frankly, I
That
think
one,
it starts. Uh, I'm not too big on like the later chapters of Mario 64. If I have to be frank.
um, I think chapter 5's fine.
Okay.
Um, I think it's it's a scavenger hunt where you have to find the goddamn kids for sushi. And then you go to the volcano, which I think is neat.
That
Um,
part's all right. Yeah.
and then I think the boss, like the plant or the piranha plant, is pretty cool.
It's man,
Uh,
I didn't know as a kid you're supposed to use sushi.
Yeah,
That made it really hard.
where it's just like, yeah, we do. Sushi has the AOE water attack that just is made for this boss in specifically.
Pretty much.
And after that, sushi may never be used again.
Yeah,
Although
I think
that,
sushi's a she. Yeah, I don't think
ooh,
she's good
yeah,
enough
my bad.
to get brought up again. But whatever.
Like,
I don't feel too. Well, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna bring up chapter 6, but do you have something to say about
Yeah,
chapter 5?
no. I think 5 is pretty cool. I don't. There is not much to say about it.
Yeah.
I think the explorer guy is obnoxious. Like the guy with the mustache who's
Yeah,
like, oh yeah,
Coop.
he does the he does the bit where he's just like, oh, I'm a really cool guy, but I'm actually extremely incompetent, which is a bit I don't like.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then they do that shit again in chapter 6 of Thousand Year Door, and I lost my mind.
We'll get to that soon. Man, I sometimes forget that like chapter 6 exists.
I remember chapter 6, but I remember more than chapter 5, but I remember for a little worse reasons.
What happened?
Although I think like chapter 6 looks really cool. I think it's a cool ass setting. However, it sucks to go through and backtrack where they're just like, no, you gotta do
Oh,
that
with
a
the
couple
seed
times.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like fuck me, I guess.
That part was a bit
Okay.
annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like that chapter has a lot of sauce for me, and maybe that's why I don't quite remember it sticking out too much.
It has some sauce for me. At
Okay.
least the environment.
The environment is pretty.
And then me thinking about like, but fuck the backtracking though. That kind of sucked. It's not as bad as chapter 4 though, so it's okay.
So, I didn't quite like chapter 7 until you get to the dungeon.
I think chapter 7 is really cool.
You like chapter 7?
It probably is my favorite.
Okay.
That or chapter 8. I think 7 or 8 are really good.
All right. I mean, do you have anything to say to chapter 7? Because I have a few things to say about chapter 8.
I think I like the boss a lot. I think the dungeon's really cool. Um yeah, it's just a really neat ass chapter. Like I don't have too much to say about it. I just had a good ass time with it.
All right.
It's weird. It's weird with this game where I'm like, I think by by and large, I think Thousand Year Door is a lot more memorable than,
I'm inclined to agree.
of course, but like, but 64, I'm like, but it feels nice to think about. It's like, that was cool though,
It has
even
good
if it's not.
vibes.
It has good ass vibes, and boy, does it carry that. That does carry the game a bit.
Yeah.
Even though I think mechanically, I don't think the Paper Mario games are to my T exactly. I think they're cool enough, but they're not thing I'm like salivating about playing mechanically wise.
It's kind of the action commands that really are the selling point.
They are. Um, but yeah, that's all to say. I think Chapter 7 is cool. It's neat. Good dungeon.
Yeah.
No notes.
Chapter 8 has a pretty strong start, I'd say. When you get
Yeah,
into the actual like castle and then like you see kind of the underground area of Bowser's like I guess creation or whatever.
yeah. The fucking lava and everything. It's like a long ass hallways to get to where you gotta go.
Yeah, and it kind of I feel like it slows down a bit until you get back into Peach's castle.
Hmm.
And then it kind of feels like, "Oh, wait, I've been here before." Like they're using like the Peach segments to its favor.
Yeah, and that's really cool. You're like, oh fuck, I'm Mario now. I can kind of do something more than Peach, like passively trying to help, or well, not passively. That's a bit unfair, but like, uh, subtly. There we go. Subtly help Mario.
Yeah, those parts are really cool. And then you finally get to have your revenge on Bowser for kicking your ass in the prologue.
Yeah, although he's like, haha, fucking Mario, I got the one, bitch. And doesn't it's like something where the Luma or like the star is like, oh, I got big enough where I can just cancel that shit out. Come on, Peach, you gotta like wish for it hard enough.
Yeah,
And
I think they were doing the battle with the magic uh Koopa, Grandma Koopa, whatever her name was.
oh yeah, that's right. And then you have like I think an actual battle where you the with the actual star where you use a command to like do the wish or something. I cannot remember for sure.
Yeah, where it basically says, "Haha, you don't have defense, idiot."
Yeah, and you just kick the grandma's ass enough where she's like, ah, fuck, and then the wand doesn't really work anymore, or at least her interference is gone, so you can just kind of wish the wand to not work anymore, or something like that.
And then Bowser gets fucking wrecked.
Yes, he literally gets Team Rocket blasted off again, which, as a comedy villain like Bowser, very fitting,
Yeah,
even though he's rather more um threatening and malicious.
definitely more in this game than Thousand Year Door, which we'll bring up.
Yeah, I mean, because he's the guy. Because again, this is just what if we made Super Mario Bros from the NES as an RPG?
Yeah,
That was the pitch. But they're like, ah, fuck, that does not have enough sauce. That's kind of like what we did in the SNES. Oh shit. Hey buddy, I'm having a paper idea. You did some origami classes. Why don't we do that? That'd be fun. Ah, man, that was just really last minute. We can't really commit to the like that mechanically, but we can do aesthetics. That sounds fun. We could do a little storybook.
I think have you seen the early versions of Paper Mario 64 where it's supposed to have just like the Super Mario World sprites?
No, I have no. I really
Yeah, so it's kind of meant to look more like Super Mario World.
fuck. I would. I that was all a bit. So I guess my bit was a little more closer to reality than I realized.
I'll try to see if I can find the screenshot later. But yeah, no, and apparently at some point they did commit to the aesthetic, and at some point, I don't know if it was for the origami, but who knows? Maybe Taro in
I
the
don't.
office had an idea, had an epiphany.
Yeah, I don't know. That origami bit completely out of my ass. I just made that shit up as a bit.
You might have nailed it further than you thought. But yeah, then the game ends and like
And they do the little parade,
they
and Luigi
do. That's right.
and it's cute. It's a cute ass little credits scene. Really encapsulates like the game, and it's a nice little celebration. You see everybody you've seen throughout the journey. It's very sweet, very cute.
And I think the
It's
like Junior like 5 fucking times or whatever, or like 8 times.
oh fuck that guy. Oh my god, he's like one of the most annoying ass rival characters. I want to kill that little bastard.
You know, it's really weird because he's so beloved in the Paper Mario 64 community. I'm kind of more on closer to your side where I'm like, I could go without him.
I think I kind of love him, but man, I kind of hate him too because
Yeah,
he's so abrasive and unpleasant to be around, and he's so annoying. Where you're just like, he just won't let it go. He's just like, no, 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 that didn't count. That didn't count. This will count for sure, though. That is his whole ass fucking attitude. It's like, no, I gotta win though.
bro
Like,
is so salty.
bro went Super Saiyan, got wings just to own you,
He really
which
did.
is so petty. But he's a fucking baby, so it makes sense. I think he's kind of a fun character, but he's kind of a nightmare too. So it
Yeah.
probably walked in for top 3 characters in this game though,
Okay.
because
Never mind.
he gives me something to think about, which a lot of the partners and other characters don't.
You know what? I'll give you
Beyond
that.
like pre-established characters, of course.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Like I don't count the pre-established characters as much because I'm like, well, I know them. I already like them. Like I fucking love Bowser. Mario's just a guy, but I kind of like him because I've seen him so many fucking times.
And Luigi's just there to be a man child
He's
while Mario pays
coping
the rent.
so bad. He's coping so bad. He's like, fuck. Luigi's just kind of depressed. He's like, fuck, I got nothing to do.
It's why he went on later to do a side gig of cleaning up mansions.
Or like fucking literally in the Thousand Year Door where he just copes so hard to go his own adventures where he keeps fucking up, and then he has his partner of the day being like, yeah, Luigi's a fucking liar and piece of shit. That's good I don't think generally the Paper Mario games are funny, but that's a really good bit.
That one's great. Because they don't have to engage with it.
You don't have to. You just find Luigi like every chapter in Rogueport being like, hey bro, I went to this place. It was great. I did a lot of cool things. They love me. The partner he's with at the time, he was a fuck up. He was stupid. He pissed his pants and cried. I hate this guy.
It's great. I love it. I guess before we move into Thousand Year Door, do you have any like last impressions you want to give about Paper Mario 64?
No, I kind of said what I really need to say. I mean, which isn't a lot. Which I feel kind of bad about because I do like this game.
It's a moment. It's like a moment to moment vibe thing, kind of like what we said.
Yeah, like the vibes are good. There's not much to say, but it's a good vibe. It's just a good vibe. It's a pleasant, nice, charming, simple vibe that in its simplicity is kind of its selling point and its charm factor. But on the same breath, it's something you won't think about too often after you're done playing. At least a lot, anyways. Unless on like I do, where like, yeah, that part was good or that part was kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Because there's no story or characters, majority speaking, of like, oh fuck, where I think about it a lot. Not really. Like there's handful, but it's not like Thousand Year Door. There's like things and characters and stuff to fucking talk about and process. Although the environments of 64, I think, are comparable to the environments in Thousand Year Door.
I agree.
At least aesthetically speaking, like characters, different ball game. Like it's a different league.
Yeah, no, I share a very similar sentiment. As you know, I've kind of glazed on Thousand Year Door for a while, but I still like 64. I think it's I think its vibes and its charms, as you said, carries it all the way through. And I completely understand why someone would prefer this game over a Thousand Year Door, just because it leans harder into its aesthetic than any other Paper Mario game. So, yes, good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that we're done with Mario 64, how about we get into the Thousand Year Door? And I'm gonna be broadly talking about both the original and the remake. So
Okay.
don't sweat it. I'm probably gonna be talking about both at once, but mostly gonna be referring to the remake.
Okay.
But yes, the Thousand Year Door. This just from the very first introduction of what kind of town you're in, this is already giving off a different vibe than Mario 64.
Oh yeah. The news. Everyone has to mention it, but like it is kind of startling to be like, huh, that's a noose. Interesting.
If Paper Mario 64 was a vibe, then Thousand Year Door is a vibe check.
Yes. It is a very stark contrast to like Mario in general, especially 64, which is like 64 is very safe, very normal, but very charming.
And even though I like Toad Town for its kind of like its like vibe
the coziness.
The coziness of it. I kind of like Rogueport because it also has some attitude.
Yes, there's a hard edge to it. I don't think Road Town is merciless, but there's parts where it can be, and there's people that might fuck you over, or at least try to. Like the mafia is like tries to fuck with you, but then you become friends, so it's okay.
Yeah. So I think there was a segment in the prologue where you're talking to Goombella and like there's like an actual like gang war going on in the background.
Right, yeah. Like behind the fucking noose area. and it's just kind of a thing. You blink it and you can kind of miss it.
with like Piantas no less.
Yeah, yeah. I do love the interpretation of Piantas as mafiosos.
And you know
It's
what? It
so much
checks
more
out.
charming than they were in Sunshine, I swear to God.
With the way they were treating you, it kind of checks out that they're kind of mafia.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, no, but from like immediately from the jump, I liked Goombella way more than Goombario.
Goombella is so good. My biggest fucking regret with Thousand Year Doors, I didn't use Goombella that much. I didn't use Tattle, and I'm ashamed because I've heard she can be a catty bitch
All the way through.
and all the way through. And I do deeply regret that because what you get from the prologue and a little bit sparks of the other game parts of the game, she's so funny and so great. God, immediately better than like every character in 64 combined that was introduced in 64. It's crazy.
I'll be honest, she's kind of a tough one to take down from there because she's easily in my favorite like top 3 partners in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
I mean, she has to be like like I didn't use her that much, but she's in a top 3. It's like fuck.
Well, she also has that attack that lets Mario attack again, so there's mechanically there's also a lot of incentive to use Goombella.
Fuck, that's right. I did use her in the Pit of a Thousand Trials because of that at times.
Yeah, she can come in pretty clutch in that regard. But yeah, no, like the if I quickly go back to Rogueport, one of the things that stands out to me now as an adult, like replaying it again, because I didn't pay attention to it much, but one of the Goombas in the background talks about how he's constantly getting like credit card fraud on his on his side, and that's kind of a wild concept to introduce into the Mushroom Kingdom.
That is funny. That is kind of charming and funny.
I don't know. I think just that is always the one that gets me. Just how different Thousand Year Door is, and it tries to get away with a lot more than 64 does. That's for fucking
Yeah.
sure. Which I guess we'll get into. Um, the other part of Rogueport is the underground sewer.
Right. Right.
I really like it because it mixes up the entire hub of Paper Mario. But otherwise, I don't have too much to say other than I kind of like the vibe of it.
It's another aspect of Rogueport, and it's another, and sometimes you go there for like different levels.
Yeah.
Depending on the chapter. But yeah, there's nothing much to say about them by themselves.
Yeah. So I guess now's a good time to talk about how the gameplay of this game. And I think why I liked it way more than the 64 is because I felt there was more stuff going on where Mario 64 I feel was too simple. I felt
Yes.
Thousand Year Door was getting closer and getting pretty close to like kind of the right amount of complexity where
Yeah.
you have the action commands, you have the ability to kind of choose how the partner rotation, but then there's also a crowd system. You get to play around with more badges. Like there's kind of more stuff going on in it.
There's the crowds. There's badges are just better and more interesting
Yes.
in comparison to 64. Or 64, they're like pretty dime a dozen, like effects that aren't really exciting. You're like, oh, okay, I guess. Um, the partners have more to them. There's perfect guards, which I
That's
didn't
right.
use very much because I'm really bad at it, but they're there. I've seen them.
They're much harder in this game, I feel. In remake.
Yeah, could just be like a timing. They changed the timing a bit because I think they saw enough speedrunners be like, let's make it a little harder just to fuck with them.
Yeah, they might have tightened up the window. I remember I was trying to perfect guard and I missed it way more than I did in the original. Even though perfect guarding is kind of overpowered because you can just negate all
I mean,
fucking damage.
yes, that's crazy. Which is probably why they felt it was appropriate to like lower the timing. So they're like, well, you get a basically a free turn, or like a basically no damage. Like that's crazy
Some
if
people
you have enough timing.
Some people argue it's still way too overpowered. Just because you really have no reason to block if you can just perfect guard all the damage.
Sure, sure. I guess, but like, they're god gamers. They've earned it. They practice. It's fine. Like, not everyone's gonna be able to perfect guard all the time, and if they can, they fucking earn the right. Okay,
I know this
because
might be
different enemies have different attacks, different timings for different enemies. It's like a lot of shit to go on. So to even get good enough to perfect guard and say it's overpowered is to practice and play the fucking game.
that's
I have no
true.
problem. Like if they felt they had to lower it and felt like it was a little harder, that's fine. Like perfectly fine.
That's kind of why I have the cracked idea where like I want super guards. Like if you miss it, you take double damage.
Oh my god. There's like a it would have been so funny if they had a badge it's like, okay, perfect guards, if you don't wear the badge, you'll take like a like 50% less damage. But if you have this badge, you take no damage if you succeed, but if you fail it, you take double damage.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. I feel like the sickos would love that.
that'd be a really good one.
I bet the mod's already being made as we speak.
uh, but yeah, no, mechanically, I love this game a lot more just because I can do a lot more things with it. Like even just getting a stylish makes my brain feel good.
Oh fuck, they do have the stylish.
Yeah,
Shit, I forgot about that. It's a cute little ass touch. I think it boosts like the crystal points, right?
yeah, it gives you more. It pleases the crowd more essentially.
Right, and that leads into feeding more of the crystal powers and
Yeah, the star
right, and,
points.
which is like reminiscent of like the star powers in the Nintendo 64,
Yes.
which generally speaking were fine. There was a couple good ones, but I think if correct me if I'm wrong, you definitely know more about this game than I do, or at least remember.
Hmm.
I think the crystal powers in here are more interesting and better. I think there's one where it's like, oh, you do mini game to get stat boost. I use that one a lot.
There's pretty much yeah, they're pretty much all more mini game like in this game.
Yeah. Well, like 64 is like you just hit the fucking guy and they had like, oh, this power costs like 3 or so meter or 1 meter, etc.
Yeah, I guess I never
And then
really
you
did
did
think
the
about
thing.
that.
While like 64, I mean not 64, Thousand Year Door, you have to kind of work for it depending on the thing. I think there's one that's like just an attack. Although even then, I think there's like oh press A really fucking hard though
Yeah, that's
to do like the earthquake attack.
like the simplest one is the last one, and even then you have to really mash that A button out of any other action command.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that one yeah, the star powers in this game are way better. Um
Yeah, like they're more useful, I think, and they're more interesting
yes.
than the ones in 64 because I don't even remember them, like what they did as much. I'm just like, I don't know, they did things, I guess.
I
So
remember the really overpowered one that everyone spam was kind of like the shooting star one
oh yeah, right,
because that one's the only one you kind of need in the original 64.
yeah,
But oh well. Yeah, even just the way you heal in this game is really cool because you kind of have to like you have to aim your shots and everything, and I don't know. It's
oh yeah, it's right.
yeah, in that regard. So putting all these elements together is what makes the just the battles to battles way more fun and Thousand Year Door, which is important because this is an RPG. You're gonna be getting into a lot of battles.
Yeah, like even I do contend that it is more mechanically interesting. I don't I don't think this battle system does a lot for me, at
Okay.
least in the regular encounters. Bosses are pretty cool, generally speaking, but like the regular encounters, I'm either like kind of annoyed by, but definitely like it's not like 64. I'm like, this is such kind of a nothing burger.
Yeah.
This is like, this is fine, but this is not my favorite battle system, at least in terms like Thousand Year Door.
Okay. Fair enough. And I feel like the enemies have a little more sauce in this game than 64, but that's neither here or
Yeah, fair.
there.
I probably would agree.
But yeah, do you have any thoughts on Maybe just going chapter to chapter now. Do you have any thoughts
Okay.
on chapter one?
Um, it's fine. I think Cooktail's cool.
Hooktail was pretty neat. The way she gets introduced.
Yeah, yeah. And I love how the perspective on her is so different. Like it does feel like she's just like a paper mache origami thing, which I don't feel like is invoked as much in this game or any of
I'd
the
say
games really, beyond like Gloomtail. Or I mean, yeah, well, obviously Gloomtail because it's Hooktail's model, but
yeah,
black.
yeah. I think they're. I think. Wait, I think Magnus also has it. The Magnus Von Grapple, whatever the fuck, the one in chapter two, and
Oh yeah, it's fucking robot.
yeah. Although it's not very
Yeah,
pronounced, I will say.
yeah.
Oh,
Coops is cool.
Koops is cool, and it kind of and man, we forgot to go over the Koopa in 64 because he's such a nothing character. But like, yeah, no,
Fuck,
Koops
I
a little bit
forgot he
more.
was there.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
But yeah, a very stark difference between this game and 64 already, where I'm like, oh yeah, but Coops though. And Coops is not even like my top three, but he's like still good. I still like him. He's just a little guy. He has his girlfriend. He wants to help his dad, and god damn it, I'm gonna fucking help him.
Yeah, he was great. He had a great introduction. The only part that kind of weirds me out about this chapter is like how Cooktail mentioned there's people around the world that would like pay to sniff her feet. And
I don't even remember that line.
it's kind of an odd line to have in this game, but I'm like, hey, I guess they know.
My thing about chapter one, this is gonna be a weird thing.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
so weird how how it like the prologue establishes like, oh, this isn't your grandpa's Paper Mario, but also chapter one's the most normal. It is such a weird contrast where you're like, but you were gonna be real weird about it, right, guys? Well, kind of. Not yet though. We kind of had to ease you back into it, I guess. And you're like, well, okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah, the weirdest parts about chapter one are the fuzzies, Hooktail herself, and probably the chest, the weird black chest that sends you into the void and gives you
Oh,
power.
and he does the bad bit of like, oh, you're so fucked. Haha, lol. You're gonna get cursed so fucking bad. Now you become an airplane. Kill yourself. Bye.
I kind of want.
And it does that at least a couple more times.
They do acknowledge it along the way. Where like, my favorite
Yeah,
one
where
is the
you're like,
last one in the Pirate Grotto,
right.
where they're literally like, "Oh wow, all right, since you already know it, then fine, I'll just fucking curse you then, asshole."
Boom.
Can you at least like pretend that you're being scared, please?
Right. I do remember that part bit.
He like thanks you if that Mario did act surprised in its animations. Hey, thanks, man. I was practicing for like
Mario's certainly a bit more expressive than he is than in 64, where he's just like, and just kind of shakes his head a lot.
thumbs up.
Where like or thumbs up, of course. He still does that in like Thousand Year Door, but there's more surprised or like astonished or stuff.
There wasn't that many in the original. They really added a bunch more animations in the remake.
Yeah, it gives him a bit more flavor of a character.
They did get rid of that weird like salute that he made that kind of looked like a Nazi salute.
It was a different time.
I mean, Mario is Italian. Let's not get it twisted.
He took a little too close to Mussolini. It's fine now.
He's cool. He moved to New York and became a plumber.
Yeah, Mario movie said so.
Allegedly. Uh, but yeah, no. I think chapter one is neat. But as you said, it does play pretty safe to the cards.
Yeah, it is neat. It is neat.
And there's a Miss Mouse introductions, but whatever. There's that part.
They were like, I wonder how many guys want to fuck this mouse like Bat the Rouge character.
It's like
And
barely
I'm
even a
sure that
mouse.
some
It's just like
people,
it's just a head of a mouse.
it's that personality though.
It's the way
The,
it moves its head.
the mystique, the confidence.
It's all aura.
It Miss Mouse, if nothing else, has aura. This is true.
Oh man. But yeah, I can get into a little bit more with her later because you do get her eventually. But
Right.
yeah. So how'd you feel about the Peach and Bowser segment in this game,
Uh,
and maybe to
I
an
remember
extent like the X Nauts or Cross Nauts? Sorry.
right. Um, I think it's kind of. I don't think the Peach stuff is as charming as it was in 64,
Yeah.
but it is kind of going for a similar thing, but it's in a different environment to a certain extent.
Yeah. I'd say it
Um,
does help kind of establish more stakes.
and I will say I do like the HAL knockoff.
Yeah. Tech.
I I do like Tech. I like Tech a lot more than the fucking star, for fuck's sake, because I
Way
felt
more.
bad. So that goes a long way for the segments because I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Tech rocks.
It's just crazy though that like the way you kind of have to initiate these Peach segments is that Peach has to take a shower and Tech stalks on her saying, "Hey, something's wrong. Can you like check to see what's going on with me?"
Oh yeah, or like I think it always bookends when like she goes back to her room or goes to sleep, and then Tech kind of gets kind of weird stalkery about it. Be like, I always gotta protect you. I gotta make sure she's okay.
Bro saw Peach nude once and it fucking malfunctioned his
Bro's been
goddamn brain.
thinking about that pussy.
He really,
It's
really did.
crazy. He's like, does it taste like peach? He's thinking
He's,
about it
he starts
constantly.
he starts googling what Peach is.
Dude, he was probably, if he could, he was gooning hard when she was making it invisible. He was like, oh man, her butt cheeks though, they'd be clapping like crazy.
Watch her like Tech didn't even need to send her in like invincible, also like naked. He just said so because he wanted to do it that way.
And man, and she did such a good job by actually being stealthy. The X knocks are like, huh, I didn't see anything.
I do like when she's in costume and you talk to one of the cross knots and they're like, "Whoa, bro, you smell kind of good."
Yeah, that's right. I do think of the bit of her going into the X knots and be like, how did she do that? Anyways, I guess she's doing it though. It's kind of funny.
I like to think she's crouching
She might have. She's doing it somehow.
painfully.
Probably.
Yeah, there's some weird segments in there, but you know what? That kind of does it helps kind of remember those Peach moments.
We're talking about them, so clearly they are standout because we didn't talk about the individual bits of 64 like that. One time we had to feed a fat fucker
You
some
do.
cake, and then he'd be like, "Oh, by the way, Mario's doing this shit."
Yeah, and I guess they kind of did something similar with the potions here because there's a lot of like cooking and timing stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, some fucking elementary school chemistry.
Yeah.
Some
Or
elementary school is like, I'm gonna meet Mr. White. So yeah, that's what they think Mr. White's doing.
I wonder if someone did like some kid did watch fucking Breaking Bad. Went to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and then kind of felt like
Like Peach is like, ah, finally, Rock Mario.
that. Metal Mario puts in that ingredient, makes a new character. Um, but yeah, those Peach segments are pretty fun. The Bowser ones were kind of hit or miss depending on what it was.
Is there like I forget about the is there like two or one? I forget about the Bowser segments.
So they're in every chapter, and I think he has more than Peach just by one. But
Really? They're in every chapter? I only remember a couple where he's just like, fuck. I'm bored, guys. Fuck.
Yeah, there's quite a handful where he.
Yeah, mom, what can we do? And she's like, oh, geez. I don't know. We can go to Roadport. I heard Mario was there, and he's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, there's
And
somewhere
I think his
nothing really
motivation is to steal
happens.
the crystal stars just because.
He wants to own Mario.
Yeah. I do kind of like how petty and it so inconsequential to an extent Bowser is in this game.
He's way better in this game, I'd say.
Like it really gives off bum vibes. Like bro thinks he's a part of the team of the story. Even though he has that big ass boss fight in the last chapter, which is pretty cool, but he's just like,
He dropped off.
bro, yeah, what are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. I gotta save the Princess Peach from being the demon,
But Mario's his rival. He's got to get him.
But yeah, I do think it's charm Bowser's, especially in relation to 64 and in general, how he's like the big guy and he's just like trying to butt in because he's just fucking bored and just like, I want to do something. I want to own Mario. I don't know.
He really does feel like how'd you call it? Kind of like a Disney goon.
He is. I mean, that fucker is a Disney goon. He is fucking Pete.
Yeah, I think you nailed
He
it.
he is literally Pete and Melissa in like Kingdom Hearts 2. Quite yes. Yes. Yeah.
He does give off that vibe. Yeah, more so in this game. Like I think there's like 3 or 4 platforming segments, and those are memorable in their own right. But
Oh yeah, where they kind of emulate like regular Mario gameplay as Bowser, and that's kind of cute.
it's a nice little distraction. But it's always the moments where you just kind of get to see his attitude come out that has Bowser be the most charming character he is.
He is more charming in this game because he's just so pathetic, and that really adds to it.
He's kind of got a girl boss attitude in him.
I mean, he does kind of girl boss gatekeep, but he's still a deeply pathetic person.
He's both a girl boss and a girl failure.
Yeah, true. It absolutely, like, it's kind of crazy how true that is.
I think one of my favorite segments is like, I think I want to say it was after chapter 4 when he goes into the Glitzville again.
Oh right, and like the bit for Bowser is he just shows up right after you fucking leave. Generally speaking,
like a chapter behind.
Yeah, he's just like he walks into the tree. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" And sees the little guy's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
It was an amusing crossover. Rockhawk tries to get the one on him, but just fucking
Bowser could own Rockhawk.
Yeah, Bowser just fucking beat downed him, and that was it.
Yeah.
So that segment was great, and the one in Twilight Town was pretty amusing as well when he meets up with Lord Crump, and a war just breaks out, all of them to launch a fucking massive grenade.
Yeah,
it's great. But yes, do you want to get into chapter 2?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so I think the beginning of chapter 2 is pretty neat.
Yeah, like chapter 2's, again, I think most of the environments in the Paper Mario games, at least these two, are generally bangers. They're home runs.
Yeah.
And man, chapter 2 aesthetically is so fucking cool and beautiful looking.
Yeah,
especially the beginning where you're going for the forest before the tree, and you're like, oh man, this is mesmerizing. Then you do the boss fight with Vivian and her 2 shitty abusive sisters.
Beldum and I want to call her Gus.
I don't know. I know Beldum is right. She's just the snarky little shitty one that keeps fucking talking, being shitty.
Marilyn, I think.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right.
I think
I couldn't tell you.
My headcanon is like Marilyn's not even there. Like while the abuse is happening and like
she's just zoning out.
She's just out of it. She's not even paying attention.
Yeah, because it's mainly Beldam being just a shitty sibling, just absolutely shitty, terrible, terrible.
um, what was I gonna say about like I think mechanically they're pretty cool how they got a little like element thing going for them.
Oh yeah, yeah, in the fight, right? Yeah, that's cool. Like Vivian's fire is
Yeah,
Beldam electric.
Beldam's Ice and Marilyn is like electric.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I always thought they had a little neat gimmick there. Yeah, other than that, there's there's not too much to say about that. Where it's like, oh wow, that's abuse going on. Anyways,
Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back to that.
just just get Flurry her necklace back, which allegedly she looks awful without. And I've seen
Yeah, allegedly.
and I've seen someone Photoshop Flurry without it, and yeah, she looks kind of weird.
Yeah, you just see her tits now, uninvaded.
What were
God,
they thinking with that
crazy.
character
Someone must
design?
have been so horny. They're like, we gotta have the ghost BBW somehow. I'm almost passing out because how much blood is going to my penis.
I mean, this in the Hooktail and Peach segment, man. I don't know. I think there's something going on with the developers in this game.
Like, I don't remember the hooktail line. I believe you, but man, I remember Flurry.
She's on the goddamn box cover. You can't avoid it.
It's true. You can't avoid her.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think you do have to like grab her breast to blow the wind.
Something like that. It's pretty close. And then Mario's just like, ooh, like holding on as she just does the most blow. I mean, yeah, blow. I mean, blow job. I mean, blow. As she does. Someone was so horny.
Dear Lord.
It,
Unfortunately for Flurry, though, I'm not a huge fan of her. Otherwise,
Flurry's fine.
she's okay. That's really all I can say about her.
She's probably my least favorite personality wise, but I don't think she's a bad. Like she still beats out most of the character partners in 64.
I'm inclined to agree.
Although again, the line is literally underground and
Yeah.
she's just walking on ground, so she's already done it.
Do you think her design would have been less lewd if they added a bra on her?
A what?
Just like a bra?
No, that might have made it worse.
Damn.
I feel like
We can't.
just having
We
having just the curves there at all is just like wow. That's crazy.
I guess just looking at the picture, the picture in front of me, I'm just like, wow, they're really out there.
Yeah, rated E for everybody, fellas.
The puckered up lips and everything. I'm like, man, this is one
And
hell
you
of a
and you
design.
always talk about that with Wendy.
Yeah, that's fair. I think there's a
Well, you
correlation.
have Flurry right here giving the biggest suction blowjobs you ever seen in your fucking life.
Wind elemental. Am I right?
It's true.
Oh dear. Anyways, I want to talk about the puny.
Uh man, I think it's kind of cool idea that they go for where you have to herd them around,
A
but
little
also it's a
pigment thing.
fucking nightmare. And I hate it.
Yeah, man, like I don't know, at least in the remake I didn't hate it as much cuz boy did they clean it up in the remake than the original.
I still found it a nightmare where I was like, this is just annoying.
It is kind of a tough thing to get around. I think what helps me with chapter 2 is that I kind of just like like the vibe and the enemies of the chapter.
Yeah, and again, like good vibes aesthetically all around.
And I think that carried chapter 2 well enough for me. The it
I still get like I just hated escorting those little fucks.
I don't blame you.
Like chapter 2 might be my least favorite in the context of remake anyways.
It's a pretty common opinion to hold. And again, I can't really argue it because yeah, the punies can be they they can be a headache at times.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when one of them falls, you're like, okay. All right. I gotta get him. Fuck me.
It happened a lot more in the original. I guess like if you know how to with foresight, you can kind of clear the spiders that tend to make them fall off more.
That's true, but man, just dealing with that at all is just like irksome.
Yeah.
Sometimes games with friction's fun. Sometimes you're just like, fuck, this sucks.
I
And
think the friction lasted for too long.
anything with like escorts is already like starting on the wrong foot in a way.
Yeah. I do like the race wars that happen in the game or in that chapter though.
What?
You know that the Punies and the Jabby tribes are essentially going to war over the tree.
Oh, right, right. You do that a couple of times. You're like getting more of them, and you're like, yeah, you killed that hive. Let's go for another one and save more punies. Punies.
I thought it was kind of cool how they leaned into. Oh, excuse me, how they leaned into it. But yeah, no, not much else to say. The final boss is kind of cool, but not much to say about that boss. But yeah,
Yeah, isn't it like the the second command X-Naut guy and his robot,
yeah,
or
Lord
that?
Crump.
Yeah, Lord Crump.
Yeah, a harder version of his thing comes later, anyways.
Right.
But yeah, no, that's chapter 2, and then moving on to probably the more the more liked chapter, which is chapter 3 of Glitzville.
Yeah.
So replaying chapter 3, I came to the opinion that I don't really like the beginning of it that much because it is kind of a you have to fight really weak enemies for a bit, and that can get a
I
bit
I
annoying.
I do concede that like I think the beginning of chapter 3 is slow because there's a lot of filler fights where you can just fall asleep and you won the battle. You
Yeah,
don't have to really think too hard, and it's like nothing too like too intensive in your brain department and whatever.
it isn't until you get kind of to the I don't know, maybe the Pokies somewhere along there. Like when you start fighting new enemies, it gets a little more interesting.
Yeah.
But when you're fighting the same old enemies, it can be a bit of a snore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the other than that, vibes are great. I didn't realize how much stronger they were in the remake.
Yeah, the vibes are really good in this chapter. Rawhawk is raw, even though he kind of sucks. But that's kind of the point.
It's alright. He said he was sorry, allegedly.
He's not racist.
Not at all. Are
Who's the promoter? Like,
you talking about
what was
Grubba?
his name? Yeah, he's so fucking funny. I love that guy.
Man, we got the wombo combo of Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon.
It really is that. And much like to real life, Grubba did go to jail seemingly.
For trafficking people.
He did go to traffic people. Fuck.
But yeah, no, they're great. Like they're so strong personality wise. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy because the species that Grubba is like you also fight one in chapter 3 and 64, but this one has a much stronger impression.
It really, yeah, because he's just a slimy little fucking businessman cunt who does his best impression or job to make you not think that at all.
Yeah, he kind of has like this like what do you call it? Like Texan sort of attitude.
Yes. Doug Demodome ass motherfucker.
Yes. And I really like the combo with Jolene as well. I think it's really cool that she's living kind of like a double life where you can see her in the juice bar as well.
Yeah.
Rated E for everyone. But it's yeah, it's I think Jolene is kind of charming in her own right as well. And really,
Yeah, she's cool.
this whole chapter is full of them because you also get kind of like King K, who's just a generic ass gold Koopa. But he tries to
Right,
be your
right.
homeboy.
Sometimes like you go in the locker room at like every match, you just talk to me like, oh man, like either before you fight them or after, you like before you're like, oh, I can't wait to kick your ass, and afterwards you're like, oh man, you got me really good. Or and then eventually you're like, oh man, good luck, Rodriguez, or whoever you decide to name Mario's like stage name.
Yeah. He basically glazes you for the most part after you beat him though.
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, no, this whole chapter is full of attitude. I really like it.
yeah,
And then once you get to like the later half, that's when you start getting some really tough battles, and that's when I really start having fun with this
yeah.
boss rush of a chapter.
Oh yeah.
Like even the Bowser interlude is also really fucking cool.
It's cute. It's a cute moment.
It's definitely alluding to kind of like the wrestling moments where random guy kicks in. I came to challenge you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, those parts are great. But yeah, no, the Rock Hawk fight is also pretty cool. He's got really cool moves where he gets up to the ceiling and fucking hits you with a bunch of pans and everything.
Yeah.
And the Groba fight's a lot of fun. I think that's probably one of my favorite bosses.
Grappa fight is real good.
Probably one of the most well balanced in my opinion. I didn't like the investigation parts, but you know that's neither here or there. How did you like?
They kind of build up a like a mystery or like a what's going on kind of aspect. It's kind of a nice pace to change things up from all the fighting and give you some kind of slow cool down time,
Okay,
chill time as it were.
fair enough.
I
Fair
can
enough.
I appreciated them from that aspect anyways because it helps like break up the monotony of the fights because if it was all fights it'd be a bit much even if
That's
like
fair.
the latter half fights are good.
That's fair. Maybe I'm being too hard on it, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, no. Chapter three, three, good, good. How do you feel about the Yoshi?
What?
The Yoshi, sorry, the one you get for the baby
Oh,
Yoshi
he's a cute little guy. He's my little guy. He's my little fella.
that wants to fucking kill and shank people.
He's doing his best. I mean, he was born in this place. I don't know. I think he's just a cute little fuck.
Yeah, he's
Like
a
I
little
don't have much
gremlin.
to say. He is a little gremlin.
He's neat.
He is. He's neat. It's cute where you just kind of get him and then you name him. He can be different colors. It's cute as fuck.
Although you're gonna start using him a lot when it comes to going around the areas.
Oh yeah, because he does the little sputter thing.
Yeah, speed up the game a little bit. But yes. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's all I can say on chapter three. Do you have any parting words with it?
No, good ass chapter.
Solid as hell.
I don't think it's my favorite, but it's pretty damn good. It's definitely better than 1 and 2 for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, how do you feel about a chapter four and that impression?
I think this is where the asterisk of remake comes really handy
Yes.
because man, that pipe makes the pacing of chapter 4 so much better. So much better. It's unbelievable.
I think I remember I warned you how bad this chapter was gonna be.
Yeah, people warned because you have to go back and forth. It's fucking annoying.
Like,
But they were like, "Oh man, why don't we just put a pipe?"
yeah, no,
And man, that fixed things up.
this was like toy box level of obnoxious, maybe even more on how much I had to
Possibly,
backtrack
yeah.
in this.
Yeah. Um, but because of that one simple change, I think it either is, or at the very least, one of my favorite chapters in this game.
Yeah.
I love the environment. I love Vivian. She's so good. Trans rights are human rights. She's so great. I love her. She's fantastic. I love just it's such a really interesting moment where you're at your fucking lowest. You literally have your identity stolen from you, quite literally in this case. And Vivian is there to just like help you, and it's like very sweet. Builds kind of like a different camaraderie comparatively to every other partner in the game because it's just you and her for like most of the chapter or a decent part of it.
I didn't even get to feel that with Gumbella, who was your first partner for a while. Uh,
Yeah,
but I guess it's kind of like that being at your lowest sort of thing. And Vivian is there to be like, you know what, fuck it. And maybe I don't gotta be, I don't gotta stay with my sister. I'm just gonna help you because I feel like it. Because I
yeah,
want to do it.
yeah, yeah. It's so cool, and the vibes of the town are really good. I like how the citizens look, how they're just like kind of like bugged out.
And how they, and the kind of
Although
like the eeriness of them kind of turning into pigs, which is pretty, that's kind of a dark tone, despite its
yeah,
goofiness.
Yeah. Dupless is one of the funniest fucking guys on the planet.
He's such a scummy asshole.
He's so good. I love when he's like Mario and it's just more expressive and shitty. I like when he's
Hey,
shocked.
it's a look at me, it's Mario, yeah.
I like how he's like more hunched when he's Mario. Like he has a different stance entirely when he's like as Mario, and everyone buys it because they're stupid.
They definitely feel the vibes are off, but they're
Yeah,
just
but
like,
they're
ah,
like,
fuck it.
right, but it's Mario, Mamma Mia, teehee.
He really does do that, doesn't he? Uh,
Like, yeah,
Vivian's also great because she like gets to point at the stage and then set everyone on fire.
yeah,
Just on an aesthetic level, I really vibe with that kind of power.
yeah. Mr. Manhattan moment here.
Lick my balls. 9 fucking damage on the whole fucking screen. Anyways, yeah,
But yeah,
no,
chapter 4, fantastic. I love that the chapter. Vivian's great. I love the different context than usual of chapter 4. Love that you're kind of just stuck in a way,
it's kind of
just
cool.
kind of defenseless.
It's kind of cool that chapter 4 is so different from its neighbors because they're both very like sun bright chapters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, where you're like there's the glory of chapter 3 and then the adventure of chapter 5, and then there's this kind of gloomy, like very crestfallen feeling chapter of like Mario's like, "Ah, fuck, I'm so fucked."
It's really good.
And then
Yeah.
there's still hope in that darkness. It's so good. Oh man.
your your Kingdom Hearts heart is showing.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. It's Kino. It's Kino. It's good. It's good. 10. It's a 10. This chapter's a 10.
Vivian's heart is inside of mine.
It's true. The connection with Mario and Vivian, it's they're connected, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, I probably would not like this chapter as much without that fucking pipe.
Oh yeah. With that being said,
Thank God they added that pipe.
boy, that would have dulled down your experience. I also had a better
Yeah.
time. Um, yeah, no, nothing much else to say. Chapter 4 to really, add on to that. I guess now going into the late part of Thousand Year Door. I guess I should add that Vivian is probably in that top 3, but another character that's in my top 3 is motherfucking Bobbery.
Bombery rocks.
He's great.
I do like how sad his backstory is, where he's like, yeah, I was on sailing and my wife died and I can't go over that shit. So I never sailed for like a long time. And your kind of goal is like, well, Bomber, we kind of need your help.
I don't really feel like it. How can we help him out? Turns out there's a guy that's been holding his fucking wife's letter for fucking
Who
years.
knows how long?
Goddamn, people hate that bartender.
Right. Is that because he's like, yeah, Bomber's a regular on this letter from his wife that basically says, don't blame yourself for what happened to me. I would want you to enjoy exploring. And then Bombery's like, fuck, what I've been doing. And it's sweet. It's nice. It's nothing too groundbreaking, but it's nice. And I think the vibe, it's so weird about how Bomba Bomb is like kind of this grizzled, like ass sailor motherfucker.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, he's kind of fucking cool though.
he is. I think his vibes are on point.
They are on point.
There is something that really bummed me out about the remake. Um, so quick segment here. In the original Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, you know how you talk to Luigi, you and your partner eventually get bored and kind of sleep through the story.
Yes, that's a pretty good bit too.
Yeah. So in the original, um, Bobbery never slept through Luigi's stories, which was kind of a cool like character thing because Bobbery is all about like telling stories of grandeur adventure, and here Luigi is kind of saying it, being like, he's wide awake while the rest another partner would be sleeping in his place. But then in the
Yeah.
remake, apparently they patched it and Bobbery sleeps too. I'm like, ah, come on.
I kind of like I like that interpretation of the original where it's like, no, Bobby will listen because he likes the stories. But I
Yeah.
also like the interpretation of like, no, even though he likes that, Luigi just sucks so shit about it though. It's so bad, dude. Even the guy who essentially likes that shit is not vibing at all.
Dang. You know what? That's a better interpretation than I have. But yeah, no, that's all I wanted to say about that segment. But how do you feel about your favorite character, Flavio?
Oh god, he sucks so bad. The fucking captain who just sucks.
Yeah, the guy in the red.
Yeah, he has that. It's him and one other fucking character later where it's just like, oh, you the bits, you're a dipshit.
Who was that other character?
The fucking penguin detective.
Oh, him. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like for him, it's like, oh, it's a hobby. It's a nepo baby bored out of his mind, just gonna do some stupid bullshit.
It really is.
I hate him a lot more.
He had a little bit of character development.
I still hate him.
Choked him to death.
Although to be completely honest, what I remember from chapter 5 is the dungeon, which is pretty good,
Pride's Grotto's
and
great.
then the mafia bit, which starts out fine, and then
That doesn't come until after chapter 5. I believe.
okay. I guess I forgot because it takes place in the same island, so I think about it as chapter 5.
I guess there is some neat like connection there because that's where you find the two Pianta.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he's like, the Dawn's like, oh yeah, my fucking daughter eloped with the fucking one of my guys. Oh geez.
Yeah, that's a crazy side thing that's going on in the background too.
Yeah, and I think generally the mafia stuff's pretty goddamn funny.
It's
All
really
things
amusing,
considered.
especially since they're
Except for
fucking
one part.
Piantas.
Yeah, especially since Piantas.
How what the fuck they
I'm a
sound like.
trickster.
But yeah, no, in chapter 5, you're right. Like Pirate's Grotto is great. I don't like the first part of the chapter because it is a lot of somewhat backtracking. A lot better in the remake thanks to that trampoline. Oh my god. God bless
Yeah,
that
that
trampoline.
trampoline's nice.
But yeah, once that chapter gets going, I find that dungeon to be pretty neat, just vibes alone.
Yeah.
I know Dublin had a hard time with some of the spike segments that he didn't know he could overcome.
Yeah, I didn't know I
easily.
could. I didn't know I could just use. I think I used Vivian for them.
And that's a tedious way of doing it, which is possible, but yes, very tedious. You're supposed to kind of like roll up with the chapter 4 power up.
Yeah, I did I whoops on that one.
But yeah, no, vibes are great in that chapter. I love Cortez. I think he's a great boss.
Cortez is a really good boss.
Might be my favorite boss, question mark.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, no, it's great. Even after you beat that boss, chapter's not over because you still gotta have to do like a pirate fight and everything.
Yeah. Because fucking Crumb just shows the fuck up and is like, woo, there you are, you fucker.
Give me the crystal star. Dies.
And then I think you have to fight Crumbs like in his goons, like as an actual fight too.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool fight as well.
It is. Because he's just actually throwing guys at you and shit.
Yeah, chapter 6 is kind of polarizing where it gets better as that chapter goes on, but it kind of starts off pretty fucking slow.
You beat chapter 5?
Oh, did I say 6? I meant 5. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oopsie daisy, teehee. But yeah, no. I think it's probably one of my favorite chapters, but I don't know.
I like chapter 5. I don't think it's a favorite, but it's pretty good. I probably like it more than chapter 1 and 2, at least.
Okay, that's fair. Anything else to say about chapter? Nope, that's pretty much it for 5. So, getting into my least favorite chapter, which is chapter 6. So, when I was
the
young,
vibes are so good.
out of all the chapters, this has the best vibes.
Oh man, when it's like dusk and you're on the train, oh the vibes. Oh, I'm vibing.
Immaculate.
But also you have to walk around a lot and talk to people and you have to deal with that fucking penguin. I hate him. He's so fucking stupid. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Stop calling
Nobody
me Luigi.
fucking asked you.
Stop calling me Luigi.
Yeah, that's a stupid fucking bit besides being a shitty fucking detective who just does it because he's bored. He's a bored ass rich kid. Fuck you. I hate him. Oh my god. Fuck.
Here's his boss fight.
He probably has 1 HP, would just get dies if you slap him a little. My parents never slapped me.
But yeah, no, the chapter starts off with a lot of like, I guess there's this like mystery vibe that try to go with, and again the vibes of the train kind of help. But when I've already played the game, I kind of don't care.
This is by far the worst chapter replay. Because
Easily.
at least chapter 2, there's stuff you can do, even if it's not good stuff. But this shit's like, you're walking on a train a lot.
And even though this is another chapter that starts slow, it starts up way too late.
Yeah, like I do appreciate the mid dungeon where you go to a little station to fix the train.
Yeah.
That's a cute little thing.
Riverside Station is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then you go back to the fucking train again. You're like, fuck.
And then you reach the town, and the game and the chapter's kind of basically over.
Yeah, you already even did the fight with the fuzzies.
The real smog thing, yeah. And the
smog fuck.
And that boss is okay. It's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Location on the top of the train is cool, but otherwise there's nothing else to say. That like chapter's over before you know it.
Yeah. Oh man, 6 might actually be my least favorite because at least 2 has things I like a bit more, and there's stuff you can do and you can fucking play the goddamn game. Unlike 6, where you kind of just have to go through the carts back and forth, talking to characters, being like, "Oh my god, there was a murder that didn't happen that we think happened."
Some fat fucking toad ate something.
Yeah, what's up with that? No,
I think he accused you of that, being like, "Oh yeah, blame the fat toad, huh?"
Yeah, it's like real fucking mature fat phobia piece of shit.
Finds the pot in his fucking cabinet.
So what it looks like.
Look, bro, spoon and fork ready. Come on.
Bro's just here to have a good time.
I don't know how they keep giving him free rides and free food, but fuck, man, he's getting away. Let it pay it off, bro. Make your dough. But anyways, yeah, no, there's nothing really else I can say about chapter 6 besides Dupless crashing into a window because he can't disappear like the other Shadow Sirens.
I fucking forgot about. It's also nice that Dupless just kind of rolls around and is like, "I'm with the Shadow Sirens now. I have nothing else to do. I am just replacing."
And he kind of becomes the replacement punching bag for Vivian.
Yeah, I mean, Beldam has to abuse somebody, or she actually has to think about her own life, and that you can't do that.
No, too much. That's too much for her. But yeah, no, that moment's pretty cool. But otherwise, yeah, no, I have nothing much else to say.
Yeah.
There's more things to say about chapter 7 though. Oh boy. So
yeah. Again, chapter 7, the remake with its own asterisks being like, thank God they made a room specifically to address chapter 7 specifically.
Yes.
Specifically, because they're like, because I guess after chapter 5/chapter 6, there was the bad fucking bit of like, wouldn't it be funny if we made the player press the A button 50 times as the mafioso son or guy says he loves the mafia? Be really fun. It's not, but they thought that. Not a good bit.
That part's pretty inoffensive because it only lasts for like 2 minutes, maybe 1.
True. However, they're like, how can we one up ourselves by being not funny? How can we do it? Perfect. Let's annoy the shit out of the player too. Like,
of course.
Let's ostensibly make the first half of chapter 7 the worst bit we've ever thought of.
Go
And the
go
big
around
thing,
every chapter and like, well, where's General White?
where's General Wright? He was just here. Oh, you missed him. Ah, he's not here.
It's funny
He
because
was there the entire fucking time.
yep,
And you had to ground pounce that fucker at least 3 fucking times just to wake up that fucker up so
you
he
better
can
hope it's three
blast off
times.
into goddamn space,
Better fucking
which is
hope it's
cool.
3 times. It's never 3 times.
Ugh.
It's
I was
always
being
it's always more.
fuck.
I don't know how the RNG or if it's like a coded thing, but it feels like I have to stomp him like 10 times before he finally
Yeah,
wakes up.
I just said 3 as a generic number, but fuck.
It's real. It sucks ass. It's funny because like the secondary goal is so forgettable because of how obnoxious this is. Because you got to talk to the gold jet like bomb you found in chapter 6, and that was there in chapter
Uh,
3, like the rich bomb family. Because you're supposed to
yeah.
get their approval, and he's like, "Wouldn't it be funny if you gave me all your coins and you have to part with everything?" And then he's like,
Yeah, and they're like,
just kidding."
psych. Just kidding. That'd be really fucked up, though.
But I yeah, just go with the contract. There you go, buddy. No, that bit is fine because it doesn't last for that long. But like the
Yeah,
General White stuff is just way more intrusive to the thought.
it's so obnoxious. And even with the remake, where they're like, man, guys, we really went a little kill. Why don't we dial it back a little bit, or at least a lot of bit? It's still so irksome. Because conceptually, the joke's on you, fucker. We wasted your time for no reason. Fuck you, actually.
I wouldn't have cried if they cut that part out.
I wouldn't have either. Because otherwise, guess what? Chapter 7 beyond that is great.
Yeah,
The
one,
moon base is cool. It's a really good ass fucking dungeon.
yeah. This is when the dungeons. Excuse me. This is when it's around chapter 5 where the dungeons started really popping off. And this is still true for like 6 and 7 especially. Like they just keep getting better. Um,
Yeah.
this has like a really cool like labyrinthine feel to it, where you can
Yeah.
kind of
There's like
go different
there's like
directions.
yeah, and there's like laser puzzles and shit like that. You have to get through to get some like key cards to go through different floors.
Yeah, you kind of get it's kind of like that thing in Paper Mario 64 where you're kind of like revisiting the areas you're familiarized with, but in Peach's kind
Yeah.
of perspective.
Right.
So you get that vibe way earlier, which is really cool. Um, and I'm not quite fond of the last segment before you get to the boss fight where you have to do that weird like platforming puzzle. That part's a little jank.
I cannot remember that particular bit.
It's whatever. It's kind of forgettable in its own right. But
Okay.
besides that part, this was the Von Grapple fight, and eventually when you beat Lord Crump and his kind of underwhelming second form because you're already powered up, you
Right.
blow him up and he goes into space and he eventually stops thinking.
Fuck, he does just go off to space and he's just gone. The fucker's gone.
He's out of the Earth's orbit. Bye.
Yeah.
There we go. Even though he does show up for the post chapter, yeah, whatever. The credits, whatever.
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah, no, there's nothing much else to say about chapter 7 that I think I won't go over. That I don't know. Like chapter 7's cool, like dungeon wise, but it's pretty hard
Yeah.
because chapter 8 comes right afterwards. And when you want to talk about how good dungeons are, that's the chapter, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, chapter 8 probably is my favorite because the dungeon is so good. And the music's in that dungeon in particular is one of the tracks I actually remember. It's so good, especially in the remake where it's just like, fuck, oh my god, it's going crazy.
Because in the original, it didn't have it where the palace theme didn't play with the battles.
Hmm.
So now in the remake, when you battle an enemy, it still plays that ominous palace theme in the background.
And it's so good.
It's amazing, especially since that track itself is a fucking banger.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good.
So this chapter is also really cool because it revisits like a lot of enemies, like the dry bones, the bullet bills, but they just like give them crack.
Yeah.
Uh, you get to experience the weird ass enemies that are wizards. I really like the vibe of the Riddle Tower,
Mm.
which is the really big wizard tower that you kind of have to like. That's in the middle of the courtyard. It's kind of a cool break area.
Yeah. Like it's a kind of a fountain-ish area. You kind of fight the Duplex and the Shadow Shines for one final time there, I think, or
Yes,
around there, anyways.
yes. And then right after that, you have to fight essentially Hooktail's brother, who is just beefed up Hooktail.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bosses in this fucking last last chapter.
yeah. There's like the fucking Bowser and Kremla fight. There's the
Yeah,
fucking uh X-Naut commander fight. There's
yeah,
the final boss.
yeah. Which is, how do you feel about that final boss?
It's fucking cool and scary as shit in a way. Especially when like the Shower Queen, I think,
Yeah,
is like, you know what? Fuck your crowd. They're mine now.
yeah. It just sucks them up and eats them. Well, there's
Yeah,
their soul at least.
yeah. And also it can be pretty hard, the Shadow Queen fight.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool how they give you like an interlude moment where like every character gives fucking Mario the spirit bomb,
Yeah,
and you get to hear the good ass remake music of like everyone believing in you.
right.
It was great. Uh, but yeah, no, it was a good chapter to kind of close it all off because it kind of gave you so many puzzles that weren't obnoxious. It gave you so like it kind of made use of every single partner in a single way, every ability that you had.
Yeah,
It was an awesome
yeah.
final gauntlet.
It was really satisfying dungeon go through.
Even if sometimes some players didn't come with Miss Mouse, which doesn't really matter.
Yeah, she's like optional. Like I don't even remember how you get her.
You have to do the what do you call them? The troubles board, like the
Oh,
side
right.
quest stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, once you complete chapter 4, you have her mission is available.
Okay. Doesn't she like? I think she sucks gameplay wise. I remember
They
she
buffed her
has
up a
like.
little bit in the remake. She's a little better. But you can do it like her whole gimmick is that her main move can pierce attacks or pierces defense.
Yeah, but isn't her like attack sucks so much ass?
It doesn't do that much damage.
I mean, there's certain enemies who are like, yeah, they have like 8 fucking defense.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it comes in clutch in some moments, but it's pretty rare. Honestly, like Miss Mouse isn't really useful unless you're doing the 100 pits because she has a move where she can just steal badges slash items.
Okay. That can be, yeah, okay. I could see the application for that in particular.
Especially if you have a badge like quick change, which it'll cost nothing to get her out, just because an enemy just happened to have like I don't know something like a stopwatch or something, or just a really good item to have along the 100 pit.
Right.
So in that regard, yes. But other than that, chapter 8 closes off on a good note. Even though we got like the 5th fucking iteration of Evil Peach at this point. God, I don't know where we're at this point.
I think this version of Eve is cool though.
This is the actual canon one. It's not like the others that were like Bowsette, Wa Peach. Um, I'm sure I'm missing another one. Daisy, if you want to
Yeah.
counter.
No, I don't.
uh, but yeah, no, this is the only canon one. That is said, really, really cool last boss. You get a nice credit segment where everyone's going off into the sunset, and
Yeah.
you get to see like a little slice of everyone's life afterwards.
Yeah. Vivian and Goombilla don't want to let go of Mario, but they do, and they're like, oof.
Yeah, and Vivian decides like, you know what, family does matter. I think I'm ready to go back with Beldam and Marilyn.
Good luck to her.
Uh, good yeah, good luck, Vivian. I hope you can fix her. Um, and was there anything else in that post chapter that was kind of semi interesting, or in that little? I guess yeah, Grotus and fucking Lord Crump are still alive, which I think was the weirdest part about those post credits.
Yeah,
I
I was like, especially the X-Naut commander. Were like, dude, I thought you died. I thought you literally sacrificed yourself so the Shadow Queen would just show the fuck up.
I'm like, no, he's still ahead. He's chilling out apparently.
At least Crump, I'm like, oh, it's kind of a decent bit. They're like, he's just vibing in space, dude. What's the problem?
I kind of wish he was just somewhere in space in the credits.
That would have been pretty funny. I guess he just crash landed there and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm fine.
He went around the whole Earth to finally land back on it
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, that about wraps up chapter 8 and how good it is. How do you do you have any strong feelings on the infamous 100 pits of trial, whatever it's called?
I think the 100 Pits is really cool.
It's really awesome. It's cool that you get
There's
to fight
not much.
Bonetail at the end.
Yeah, Bonetail. I thought it was Gloomtail, but no, Gloomtail's chapter 8.
Yes.
It's Bonetail. Um, but yeah, there's not much to say about the pits because it's just a lot of combat, and then it gets progressively insane, at least in terms of the game itself in its own content.
Sometime around like chapter 50 to 60 is when it starts, or not chapter, level 50, 60 to 60 is when it starts kind of feeling cracked.
Yeah, and you're kind of barely making it by for like floors 85 and onwards.
Yeah, like the 80 and 90 parts are like, oh man, you're dealing with some baddies here.
Oh yeah,
But, those dark wizards, man, oh, it's scary.
oh yeah,
But yeah, no, you get the bone tail and you get the good items. That's kind of all there is to it.
yeah.
But yeah, no, Thousand Year Door, uh, despite all its downs, has amazing ups, and this is why it's my favorite game because it has a lot of them. It has a lot of ups.
It's real good. It's not my favorite Mario RPG. That goes to my beautiful queen, Sticker Star Saga.
Fair enough. But yeah, and with that, that's the heart of the Paper Mario series. So I have a little like
We don't count the other ones.
yeah. So
They don't count.
I have a slide section here, and it just dawned on me that I forgot about Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, that's the one. At least they have the people have the caveat, but like, no, but the story's good though.
But the gameplay is not that great.
Yeah, where they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like I joked about 64 being like Super Paper Mario. I mean, not excuse me, 64 being the Super Mario Bros. But an RPG. But no, Super Mario um Paper Mario RPG
yeah, there you
is
go.
just that. Is just that. Fuck,
Yeah,
there's so many.
yeah. That one tries to be traditional Mario the hardest, but it doesn't land very well.
Yeah, it just kind of flails. I never played the game, so I can't talk about its gameplay too much because this is just only what I've observed. But it seems so just bleh
At least
because of like,
at least it's more bearable than Sticker Star.
well, Stake Star has a thing where it's just like, what if normal encounters didn't matter and they were just wasted your fucking time?
What if
You only get,
I'll do you one worse? What if they just wasted your resources flat out, and you never got anything out of them?
yeah, it's like, wow, you fucked up. Why would
Tenfold.
you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I was very bummed out when I bought this game.
Yeah, and no one's played Color Splash because it's on the Wii U.
Yeah, so I had nothing else to say about that one. People were just bummed out. Were like, "Oh, look, another Sticker Star," but I heard it's better. Don't care enough. Um, Mario and Luigi and Paper Jam. Again, nothing much else to say. Other than that, I heard it's not that great.
Yeah, I've heard interesting things about Origami King.
I've heard it's the best of the post two games. I guess it's like, I guess you can say it's the third best game from what I heard. Maybe competing with them and Super Mario RPG.
Yeah,
But it's better than Color Splash and Sticker Star for whatever that's worth.
yeah. Like, if I could ever play Color Splash, I'd be willing to play it. I'm never gonna play Stick a Star. That game just seems just not made right.
No, something's wrong with that game. And of course, the as Dublin mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, that Super Mario RPG remake did come out, and it kind of stayed true to its original form.
The most fine game ever made.
Really is.
Yeah. Gino is cool. Where is he? I need him in Smash for some reason.
It's amazing how this one character from a spinoff has garnered so much attention from like the underground Smash community.
Although, admittedly, Gino is kind of fucking cool, so I can't shit on it too much.
He does have DeviantArt OC energy in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're all these people rooting for Mallow, huh?
I like Mallow, all things considered.
He's a little guy.
He is a little guy. I'm a frog. No, kid, you're a fucking cloud. Did you not fucking notice? Oh, uh, no, actually.
I like his dumb face.
Yeah, yeah,
Just that alone carries his character. He doesn't need anything else.
yeah.
uh, but yeah, yeah. I don't know what the future of Paper Mario will be, but I'm
Yeah,
hoping. I mean, I don't know. I know people have been saying they want a Paper Mario 64 remake, but I don't know. I would rather want a new game that's like in
yeah,
the
me
style of the
too.
first two games.
Yeah, because like recently, Mario and Luigi Brothership came out last year.
Yeah,
Although I've heard that game's kind of middling, but at least it came out. It's another Mario RPG that came out that's new. So maybe something Paper Mario related might happen. Maybe not. I don't know.
we'll see.
It'd be neat.
Oh man, I would very much like to see how like a partner system would kind of come back into Paper Mario. But again, I think it's hard to make a third game without it retreading the same ground. So who knows?
Yeah, that might have been the problem where they're like, oh fuck, we don't know what to do actually. Because people might say they want a third game, but then when they play, it's just like, fuck, this is just more the same. I'm bored. So it's
Yeah,
like that saying people don't know what they want, which I think is a bit reductive and can be kind of cynical and mean spirited, but it might ring true here to a certain extent, where they're like, man, I don't know, man, maybe they wasn't made in that style because they just didn't have any good ideas or not enough to really make a full game that it would be satisfying creatively for them to make and then for people to play. I don't know. I don't know. I might be covering Nintendo's ass way too much though. I'm not sure.
yeah. It's hard to say, right? Because we have the alternate universe where Paper Mario RPG came out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm here just making my fanfic here.
Yeah, so who's to know? But hey, here's hoping for the future, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Here's fingers crossed.
yeah. But with that, Dublin, do you have any closing thoughts on Paper Mario as we close off the podcast?
No, I not really much. I think we basically said all I could say, honestly.
Do you like Thousand Year more now thanks to the remake, or less, or about the
I
same?
definitely like it more. I beat it.
Okay,
I never beat the original game. I got to chapter 7 and stopped.
okay, excellent. But yeah, once again, Thousand Year Door was one of my favorite games, and I'm glad to talk about it and uh, 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 discuss it in length. one of my favorite battle systems, and I hope this series comes back with that kind of paint on, as mentioned before.
Hmm.
But with that, yeah, I guess I can close it off now. So thanks everyone for coming to the second episode of Monsters Den, and with me here today was Dublin, thankfully helping me out.
Yep.
That's his catchphrase. Yup.
Or okay, or all right.
And I have been Hezar, and want to once again thank you, the audience, for coming by. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye bye.